Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing really well. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ashley and I'm a mum to 12. So this is the pre-Christmas deep clean. It'll be in 2 parts because the video is quite long. But obviously, I know I'm not the only one who wants to rip everything out and clean behind it. So that was behind my sofa. That mark on the wall, I did try to wipe off, but it doesn't go. It probably needs touching up, but we ain't got time for that. That is called a death whistle. So that's my son wanted that for his birthday, in May. And yeah, all the dust builds up, as you can see. And I just needed to pull everything out, have a good sort out, give everything a good wash. I feel like I can't get the Christmas decorations and that out until I've had a proper clean. I still haven't got round to doing the kids' rooms, and I really need to do that. But I'm thinking about getting them started because I'm going to attempt to do Vlogmas. So I am going to think about, including that kind of cleaning into my Vlogmas content, just so, I've got something to record. I am finished with my Christmas shopping. I've finished today, thank God, because I've been putting it off because I was waiting until Friday for the actual official Black Friday, but because my Ronnie wanted a VR and I just wanted to get the better deal, and I did get it down. It's quite lower, and I got the one up, so it's got more megabyte or gigabyte, whatever it's called. So it's got a bigger storage or whatever that is, for the same price of the lower one when it's not on sale. So yeah, I just wanted, although it more than likely probably go down a bit more on Friday, I just wanted it out of my head because it's just occupying too much space, and I just needed it gone. As silly as that may sound, but I wanted to have everything bought. So the presents of all we're done. I am going uptown next week, so this is where I need to give my head a wobble, because I will end up buying extras. And I don't need to, so I need to, give my head a wobble and say, no, we've got enough. But I am going uptown next week because I do need to take that hoodie up, that I bought from JD. I bought that tracksuit, didn't I, from JD? I say didn't I? You might be new to my channel and just come across, but I bought some bits from JD, and the alarm went off, and then we went back in, and he didn't check the bag or anything. And then we went back out and the alarm went off again. He just assumed it was something else that we bought from another shop or something. Anyway, I got home. When I was doing my haul, I realised that my doorbell went off. I realised that the security tag was still on this hoodie that I bought Marley. So I need to take that back and get that sorted, because I can't wrap it with that on it. So yeah, I need to take that back, and then no doubt I'm going to see something else in JD that I'm going to want to bloody buy. But I need to keep telling myself I don't need to buy no more stuff. It's all done. It's all done, and I've got all this money and vouchers and stuff put by for the big food shop. So yeah, I am sorted. I've got the delivery slots as well. I've got 3 of the supermarket delivery slots. I've got a Sainsbury's, I've got a Tesco's, and I've got an Asda delivery slots, which is obviously handy. I ain't got to worry about that. I ain't got to worry about anything. I might need actually some more Christmas tree decorations, but then again, I'm not going to know until we open the box, because my Christmas tree never looks very fancy, and I don't expect it to, but it just looks like, I don't know, like the Grinch has thrown up all over it, because it's just so completely random. But that's my life, I guess. This is the table that I have down the side of the sofa, and I always forget to clean it, and you can see how dusty it actually gets, caked in dust. And I don't know why I put it off to pull the sofas out and the chairs out, because it's not hard. And because you've obviously got the laminate flooring, it literally just slides in and out. It's not hard, but where I've been wiping that, you can see all the dust. But I've started taking some of the paint off at the bottom down there. Oh, my door's going again, hold on. But yeah, these skirting, they're not actually painted, they're like plastic. They just stick onto the wall. And it's just like silicone on the top. But I mean, I do like my front room, but I think it needs a bit of a touch up. But I'm not going to do any decorating or anything till after Christmas. I still ain't got round to painting my blinking doors, and I've been saying that for ages, and that I need to paint my doors. I might do them tomorrow just to get another thing ticked. But on Friday, I got a phone call from the children's clinic that do like the assessments in our area. Sorry, my son knocked on the door wanting scissors. But yeah, they had a cancellation. Charlie has been on the waiting list for his autism assessment for longer than Ronnie was, and they hurried Ronnie's through because he was regressing, and obviously they found that thing in his brain as well. But yeah, Charlie was waiting longer, and he hadn't heard anything back yet. But they rang up Friday and said that there's a cancellation for the Monday if he wanted to take it. Obviously, we jumped at it because, you know, it's one of those things, we want it sorted. So yeah, he has got an autism diagnosis as well now, which we all knew, but it's still like punch to the guts, and it's, you know, it's still made me quite emotional and a bit upset, but we're dealing with it. And the important thing is now that he's got that diagnosis, which I know some people ain't for diagnoses and labelling, and it isn't actually a label, but it's support. Why wouldn't you want that support for your child? Like if you haven't got a diagnosis, but you're not going to get that support, and I just think it's just important, and it's important to understand for your own self. Like if you ask any adult who've had a late diagnosis, it doesn't change anything, but it makes you accept you are the way you are, and you can't help it. It's, you know, things slot in place in your brain, and it's like a massive relief, because most of the time you're growing, like me, for example, grew up like being labelled a weirdo or backwards and stuff like that. And if they had known back then maybe my life would have been different, and I would have had better support and things. But that's the what ifs. But yeah, I personally think if you have concerns, or the schools raise concerns and stuff, because they don't give out diagnosis willy-nilly. Like it's a big thing. It's a huge thing. It's like, it's not just you go there. They gather up loads of evidence for obviously loads of other medical professionals and stuff like that, and then they observe him for like nearly 2 hours, and you know it is a big thing. But with Charlie's has his major sensory issues regarding food and smell and textures, whereas Ronnie is a sensory seeker, so he seeks, like if it's raining or things like that, or mud, like that's what calms him down, that's what he goes looking for. But Charlie's the opposite, and it's difficult. Charlie's very difficult. That's what the woman said, you can't glue his nose together, so there's nothing we can do physically that can help or take away these issues that he has. But now that we know, we can like adjust things, or you know. But it's like last year, he really hated school. He absolutely hated it. He didn't want to go into school. He would be upset and cry and be so distraught. And the reason for that was because of where his class was situated at the time. He had to walk past certain toilets in the school that he really didn't like the smell of. And now he don't have to go near that part because he's in a different classroom. He's fine. He really actually enjoys going to school. But there's certain, because affects his eating as well. So the specialist has wrote in her report about giving him time for snacks and stuff at school, because he is one of those kids, if he doesn't eat when he fancies it, he won't eat for the rest of the day. Like, you've got to give it to him there and then, otherwise the time passes and that's it, he's lost all interest. So he is just one of those. But yeah, that's what's been going on here at the moment. And it's just a relief knowing that that part is done. Like, we're not waiting for it to come through the post. And because it was done, so we didn't normally get an appointment. It's like 2-3 months time. Because it was on the Friday, we got the appointment for the Monday. We didn't have no time to worry about it or dwell on it or anything like that. It was just done. And I think that was really good. And because it was the same doctor who sees Ronnie as well, so she also remembered Ronnie, which is nice. It's nice. Sorry about my toes. It's nice that they see a lot of kids, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that your child they remember a certain child. Yeah, this is how dusty it gets behind. This is what I'd say my husband's chair is, because it's near the fish tank, which is his, and it's near the laptop, which he doodles on. But also the kids do sit there and use the laptop and eat crumbs, and he's not obviously wearing a pumpkin headband. But it gets so dusty, and I swept it all up. And this one just had washing up liquid in. It's just these, I need to do the actual doors, so there's going to be a part 2 of me doing the actual side of the door and the glass and under the table and under the other chair. But this was just getting the bulk of it done, when it was just playing with your brain. But obviously, because there's so much going on in the house, I can't just get on with it. Like, I've got to do it in stages, and it does drive me mad. But I've become to just go with it, just get bits done when I can get bits done. But yeah, it just gets so super dusty down here. And in that bit, but I need to do the, that's why I was using the paintbrush, because it gets all like the bit that sits under the stuff that you can't reach but you can see, like in the cracks. But I need to do like the other door, the plastic in between as you step from the front room out into the garden. So that bit's got all stuff in it. So this is why I was just using a paintbrush. I do have it's not the paintbrush that I'll paint the walls with, it's my cleaning paintbrush. I just wanted to get in all the cracks and get the bits of dust. I do have 10 cats as well and 2 dogs, and it gets furry, so I want to get it all out. And do you know what? I actually don't mind cat fur, and I don't mind Reggie's fur, our Winorama. But Colin, our bulldog, his fur really cringes me out, because it's spiky. It's like prickly fur, and he sheds so badly. Like, I swear his whole coat of fur comes off overnight. Like, he sheds so badly. And we do have like a de-shedder, and that he gets brushed with it daily, but it's constant all year round. Some months he's more than normal, but he just sheds constantly. He's also got, I switched their food back to a dry, grain-free food. The Wolf brand, but the grain-free one. I think it's salmon and red potatoes or something. No, salmon and sweet potatoes, or it's something like that. But he's got his chest things coming back, so I've ordered some bits off Amazon to see if that helps. I really don't want to switch the food again, because although you do it in stages and like introduce it slowly, it still gives him the shits. And he don't scratch at the door to say, like, gives a sign to say he wants to go outside. He'll just sit there, get off his bed, squat, do a shit, and get back on his bed again. He don't let us know. So I don't want to upset his belly, but then also I don't want him to have bad skin, because that's going to irritate him. So hopefully we can get it under control. I do have like the hippie scrub wash to when he has baths and things like that. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's got any suggestions if you've got dogs with skin conditions, but he does suffer with a hot spot. I've been chin-wagging away, yapping away, and not realised my video ended, so I've got to add these pictures in just so I can say thank you for watching, and I'll be back very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.